It's a setting.
Oh, okay. Well, now I'm recording, so we'll see.
Okay.
Okay, so the first question is, what would be the optimum learning situation for learning?
Well, I strongly believe in the workshop model, which is where you like demonstrate a strategy, then you gradually release where you practice with the students, like you model it, then you practice them together, and then you release the responsibility onto the kids to do it independently. So the lesson would start out teacher heavy, but it would end with students practicing independently, whatever the skill or strategy you taught is. I know a lot of people would say small group instruction, but I find that with 31 kids in my class, if I'm only meeting with 4 or 5, I've got 25, 26 kids off task. So,
So what would the
um,
teacher be doing in that situation for your strategy, for your optimum learning situation?
um, well, you know me, I love to make slides. So I I love to do hardcore examples. And I call it workshop model because you can do it with reading, writing, or math. You start with a demo, usually a practice problem, maybe make a chart, maybe have a slide, maybe a video to get kids more interested or to hear it from another perspective. So that you're modeling exactly the skill you want the kids to start practicing. And
And
then, of
then,
course, guided practice. We do
yeah.
some together and then release to independence. Go practice the skill we just learned on your own.
So then that's basically answers the next question. What would students be doing in that situation?
So their students' responsibility increases as the workshop model lesson goes on. So at the beginning of the lesson, it's all teacher responsibility, but at the end of the lesson, it's all student responsibility.
Mhm.
And then with the teacher, I'm conferring with students, I'm coaching, I'm dipping in side by side with kids, like, hey, are you practicing this strategy we just learned? Oh, show me how you did it. Oh, that's great. And really coaching them on any steps they're missing or just encouraging them like you've got this, like keep going. And that gives me time to really focus on the kids that are struggling and the kids that could do the skill, they can just practice on their own.
Mhm. And what kind of learning materials would students be using?
Of course it depends on what subject, reading, writing, math. um With reading, I like to do a lot of shared reading so that we both have the same text. They have the text in front of them, and I have it as well, and we read and annotate together. Um, I do a lot of Google Classroom assignments, so students will work on Google Slides, so they're typing into the assignment. Um, but then, with math, a lot of the time, I'll like the independent work to be a game. So the kids might have dice or blocks or materials like that as well. So it really
Okay.
depends on the
The subject.
subject.
Yeah. And then the last question, what would assessment look like?
I'm real big on the on demand. So, like, we've been learning about this for a while. We've had essential questions that we've been focused on throughout that unit. Um, and then at the very end, can you apply that skill to a new text or to a new math problem or to a new writing prompt? So the skill remains the same throughout the unit. And then the end assessment is really just an on demand, can you do the skill? And
Hmm.
that's
And that's
that's
it.
how I teach.
Okay. All right. Let me stop it.